Following the release of his first solo album in 2009, Radiohead's Tom York fronts the newly formed Atoms for Peace to release the Afrobeat-influenced debut album, Amok. York joins forces with Flea of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Joey Waronker of Beck and R.E.M., Brazilian percussionist Mauro Rufasco, and longtime Radiohead producer Nigel Godrich in this innovative project. Flea's crafty bassline and Waronker and Rufasco's inventive drumming tie the album back to the roots of Afrobeat creator Fela Kuti. Yet York's shoegazing vocals and Godrich's sleek synth riffs revealed the supergroup's experimental style. Despite the members' vague classification as rock musicians, Tom York has seemingly pulled something sweet out of history in light of today's dancing culture. Seeing as Flea was the only member who did not contribute to percussion on the album, Atoms for Peace was so obviously influenced by the sound of Africa. With a professed love for Fela Kuti, the band surely dissected the Afrobeat genre to produce the rhythmically complex Amok. For those of you who don't know, Afrobeat is a genre from Nigeria that originates in the sound of Yoruba music, funk, highlife, and jazz. The genre is so fascinating because Fela Kuti blended the sounds of jazz and funk with the infinite drumming techniques of traditional African music. Traditional African music does not lend itself to scrutiny within the confines of Western theory. Traditional African music is not Western music and cannot, therefore, be studied as such. Any attempt to do so will be misleading and only tend to be descriptive, which is often the case. From the first track, Before Your Very Eyes, the stage is set for an innovative collection of tracks as the advanced, jittery drum traditions of Yoruba music is employed from the introduction. Yoruba music, from the nations of West Africa, influenced the techniques of drummer Joey Waronker, who has 3 pairs of hands at his disposal to play various percussion instruments, such as congas, bongos, zabumbas, shakers, and more importantly, the drum machine. Tom York's bold decision to incorporate a drum machine in the recording session supports the legendary funk sound of Flea so perfectly. Flea's sleek lines highlight the album so much as to make the listeners thirsty for more. York's vocals so cleverly make way for Flea's energetic technique at times, like in Dropped. This same track hints about the album's sneaky innovations. Highlife, characterized by many guitarists over a jazz-influenced horn section, takes a new form in Dropped, Ingenue, and Default. Nigel Godrich and York upgraded the highlife sound from Ghana to synth expertise. Besides York and Godrich's digital experimental techniques, the album reflects the sounds and beats that made Fela Kuti a legend. Amok provided the members of Atoms for Peace with a new perspective of Fella's jazz influence through electronic improvisation. Tom Holmes relates Amok's live electronic sound with older jazz improv by saying, "There is a close affinity between the pioneers of electronic music and jazz musicians. They often worked together, played to the same audiences, and crossed over as musicians from one idiom to the other." Holmes' observation surely hints at the parallels between Tom York's new project and the live improvisation capabilities of Fela Kuti and his ensemble, as Fela's songs commonly exceed 10 minutes. Uniquely, Atoms for Peace assembled a collection of ingenious tracks that pushes the new genre, IDM, or intelligent dance music, forward, as York's new project relates to culture's ease into electronic dance music.